All right, well, after last week's presidential debate, Vice President Mike Pence and Senator Kamala Harris will be getting ready for their own in Salt Lake City, Utah.
And joining us now on the Zoom call to talk about what we can expect, we are welcoming back in Tracy Brame, the Associate Dean of WMU Cooley Law School. So let's start with kind of recapping. For those who might not have seen our interviews with you at 4 and 5, there is a lot of renewed, it would be safe to say, importance on tonight's vice presidential debate, typically something that really doesn't get a lot of attention. What is that renewed importance?
Yes, so you're right. The vice presidential debate is often viewed as kind of the opening act to the larger concert, right, a larger event. But this year, it's taken on renewed importance for a couple of reasons. First of all, the presidential debate, at least the first one, kind of went left, so to speak, and didn't turn out to be very substantive. And so this is actually an opportunity for the vice presidential candidates to kind of speak more to the substance of the positions on both sides. But also, and importantly, these candidates could really be lining themselves up, right, for future office. Both of the presidential candidates are in their 70s. They're the oldest presidential candidates in our history. And so certainly 4 years from now, it's very likely that one of the two people that we see on the debate stage tonight could be certainly the presumptive nominee for their party or maybe president of the United States. And so it really gives the country an opportunity, right, to meet them and for them to make their case, certainly for their candidate, right, for President Trump and for Joe Biden, but to also introduce themselves to the country.
Right, and Tracy, that's a great segue into this. You mentioned a little bit more substance, at least predictably, for this debate. What exactly should people be paying attention to, and what can we kind of expect from each side in this debate? Well,
COVID will be front and center as it has been, for our lives for the last 6 months. And of course, it's been in the news lately because the president was infected and the administration's response to COVID in general has been controversial. And Mike Pence has been, of course, to a certain extent at the center of that as the head of the task force. So certainly everything from the plexiglass that we'll see between the candidates to conversations about the nation's response to COVID will be front and center. But also, I'm sure we'll hear a lot about the economy and the fight over the stimulus package and how we can best move the country forward in both a health recovery and an economic recovery from this pandemic. And then I'm sure that Vice President Pence will try to push Kamala Harris to the left and point out, her more progressive policies, in order to speak to voters who may be undecided. And I'm sure Senator Harris again will support and champion Joe Biden's policies, like I said, while trying to gingerly point out the shortcomings in the administrations.
Yeah, and one final question for you too, Tracy, here for the night. We know that, of course, COVID-19 is very likely to be the most talked about topic on stage tonight, but it also is affecting the layout of the debate as well as some of the ways that the candidates will appear on stage. For someone both like Vice President Pence and like Senator Harris, who are very much used to public speaking and debating in normal circumstances, what role do all these changes play, do you think, in their ability to do the best that they can in this debate?
That's a great question. The debate, I think, there'll be more precautions. You'll see more precautions than we saw the last time because of the things that have transpired since the presidential debate. So you'll see masks, you'll see plexiglass, et cetera. But both of these people are very seasoned orators, right? So Kamala Harris is a prosecutor, very well versed across a broad range of topics. The same thing with Mike Pence. He's very measured. He's very confident in his speech. He knows the policy. I think that they're both going to do well in that regard, and they have a great moderator in Susan Page, who hopefully will be able to drive the discussion in a fruitful way. So I don't think that the precautions will hinder them much. Like I said, hopefully you'll see a robust discussion this evening. And
we are hoping so. Well, Tracy Brame, Associate Dean of WMU Cooley Law School, we appreciate you being with us for all 3 hours today. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and don't
forget.
My
pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Yes, again, thank you so much. And don't forget, everyone, that debate starts at 9 p.m. Eastern time, so be sure to tune in.